This is your captain speaking. I'd like to thank you for joining us
Hi,
on this.
welcome to Around the World with Foreign Legion live on platform 8470 Hip Hop Magazine.
We're going to answer a few questions for the fans and just let them know what we're all about. My name is Prozac Turner,
And I am Mark Stretch.
and we're the Foreign Legion, Oakland, California in the house. First question, what's going on? For those who might not know, who are you guys? That's from Kevin. Well, Kevin, I just told you who we are. We're Mark Stretch and Prozac Turner. We're from a hip-hop group called Foreign Legion, and we basically broke into the business doing stunts for Robin Big. And now we do music, hip-hop powerhouses. We have a new record out, and we had been talking about it since 2008. It's finally been released. Katie wants to know, Stretch, how excited are you to get the album out finally?
Well, Katie, I am so excited that my clit ring is vibrating.
And that's a big deal too, because his clit ring is actually the size of a Clydesdale horseshoe. So you don't want to be anywhere near it when it's vibrating.
It's proportional.
All right, this one's from Joshua. He says, I'm a little disappointed in the cover though. I hope that the cover would be the same vein as The Secret Knock with the naked lady. Unfortunately, it isn't. Explain. Well, you know, we're pretty disappointed in your English. But that's all right because Belgian beer is awesome.
And waffles.
Yeah, and you guys made up for that. We initially were gonna do more of a sexy naked lady on the cover of the album, and it actually had a scratch and sniff on the bush of the model on the front, and I think it was a Crab Louie.
It was a Crab Louie with
Smell.
with a little bit of seasoned salt. You could get a little pungent seasoned salt.
But it turned out we did it in the test market, and it ended up inflaming and
allergic reactions
to a lot of the kids and whatnot. So we had to pull it, and we put the current cover with the Oakland Tribune Tower and Stretch and I, the painting, which is an awesome painting.
And oddly enough, we actually were able to do a good thing because we went to the Make-A-Wish Foundation and we met this kid, Michael, that actually Jonathan, excuse me, one of those guys. He wanted to paint something for us as his final thing on this earth. So we're really thrilled that you're disappointed in the cover. His mom is going to love that.
His mom's going to be really happy that you're disappointed in his painting because he's dead. All right. Quote, this one is from a young kid named David. He says, he quotes one of my lyrics. He says, I'm clever enough to talk Jesus out of his sandals, which is a lyric of mine, which is very clever. He wants to know where we get our inspiration from in our lyrics, Stretch.
Well, I get my inspiration from the quotes that are on the bottom side of Snapple bottle caps.
That's exactly true. And I don't have a lot of inspiration for hip-hop music anymore, so I've been purchasing a lot of my lyrics on eBay from a radioactive Japanese kid who's selling his lyrics in order to buy clean water. So it's a win-win right there. So, you know, however we get it done is how we get it done. A lot of fans might not know, but we made a movie as well. It's a 40-minute short film that accompanies the album, but it only is being shown at the live shows because we want to get more people to come to our concerts. And so Adam asks where the idea of making the movie came from, you know, our first movie, and wanting to know why it's only played at the live shows, and if you could tell him more about that.
Well, actually, oddly enough, this is not our first movie.
Not at all.
We have a few features on a place called zootube.com. You can also see a few of our more artsy
earlier work.
Yeah, on muchosucco.com.
Muchosucco.com is really where I got my my first start, you know, fluffing polar bears. You know, I'm not really into bestiality, but, you know, gotta pay the fucking bills. So that was our first film, and then we just decided, hey, we're doing so good with this stuff, why don't we make our own film and show it at the movies? So
something a little more for the kids.
Yeah, something for the children, because obviously, you know, a hippopotamus going down on a pregnant lady isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
The shows are quite crazy, apparently. This is from David in Tucson. He said it said that Mark Stretch used to come out in a backpack with me, blah, blah, blah. Stretch used to come out wearing a backpack, and since I'm tiny and Stretch is large, I would be in the backpack rapping. We don't do that anymore, but now we do something a little bit better, where Stretch comes out on a unicycle, and I'm on top of his shoulders juggling a bowling ball, a flaming torch, an apple, and a kitten. And as I rotate the different items in my hands, I take a bite out of the kitten. So it gives a whole new meaning to, the phrase eating pussy. Mark, this one's for you.
Oh.
This one comes from Ellen, and Ellen lives in Modesto, California. She says, Mark, we're waiting for some more fashion tips on your website. Can we expect some more of them in the future?
Well, I do have some fun fashion tips for those of us that are a little more pleasantly plump. As a matter of fact, this hat here I got from a Himalayan priest, and if you can see the lines here.
Yeah, hold it up to the camera.
See the lines in it? Yeah, this is a one-of-a-kind item, and it actually maps out the erogenous zones of white women.
The nerve centers of peckerwoods.
Yeah, so this actually gives me advantage, maybe a little unfair, but I personally think you should have something like this. Everybody should have a piece like this in their collection. So to answer your question, yes, there will be more.
Excellent. The next one's from Bradley in Los Angeles, California. How you doing, Bradley?
Okay.
Bradley wants to know, how did I enjoy opening a bar? For those that you don't know, I owned a bar in Oakland, California. I'm no longer affiliated with the bar, but it was a lot of fun. And the best part about opening the bar, Bradley, I don't know. I've opened a few businesses. I liked it better than the daycare center that I used to own, because nobody pressed charges at the bar, and I didn't have to do any real hard time once the business, was no longer in my hands. So I enjoyed it. It's a total thumbs up, as was the daycare. It was a thumbs up, or, maybe an index. It just depends on the age of the kid. Mark, this one's for you. What was your first rap record ever?
My first rap record, wow. I think that would probably be Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. First rap record I ever bought.
I'm going to have to go with MC Escher. It was probably my first rap record. Okay, this one comes from Helena in Capitol Hill, Seattle. Tell us more about Hunger Strike Records, and what are some of the artists and releases we can expect on it? Well,
I think the next release is actually going to be finally my piece de resistance. We're going to do a Mark Stretch sound effect album.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be in full hi-fi.
Stereophonic.
Yep, and the really good part about it is all the sound effects I make with my body.
Yeah, like different parts of his body that make different sounds. We decided, hey, let's put it out on a record. So that's probably the next thing that we're going to put out.
Ladies, tune in to track 7. It's called The Wrecking Ball.
Yeah. And then there's a remix on it too. It is really cool. It's called The Wrecking Ball Meets Sphincter. And it's a really weird sound. I don't know if you've ever heard the sound of a wrecking ball smashing it. It's like basically when one of your balls gets stuck up your own ass.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy sound. It's kind of like when you squeeze a balloon, and it's like that. So, well, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we could share some music with you guys. The album is called Night Moves. It's available on Hunger Strike Records. You can buy it on iTunes, Amazon, and hopefully we're going to be coming in your girlfriend's mouth sooner than later. Thank you very much. Foreign Legion, Mark Stretch, Zachary Turner signing out.